following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful thing. Get our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take him by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks, and it's a 3-day weekend. Let's make it a great one. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. And if an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement and create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 95, NASDAQ up 3, S&P's up 6.5, gold contract down $6.40, trading at $13.48.90 an ounce. Silver down 19 cents, $16.16 an ounce. Oil up 31 cents, 61.65 a barrel. Notes and bonds. 10-year note up 4 ticks, 120.19. 30-year bond up 9 ticks, 144.09. King dollar got a dead cat bounce going. It did reject lower price out here today. Got to a lower low, rejected it. Does have lighter volume in what it's going into. We're up 555. We're at 89.060. The euro is at 124 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 106.5 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Let's go to the world of the steel stocks. You've got a rocket ship out here, folks. U.S. Steel, intraday, okay? It's up $5.85 right now. What you're going to see intraday out here, they come out. Let's see. I suspect there's more. They actually come out with aluminum. Steel and aluminum stocks jumped to session high as the U.S. Commerce said it's going to recommend a 7.7 aluminum import tariff. So they already had a steel one. Bottom line is that they're whacking it on aluminum, but these stocks are taking off. If we take a look at U.S. Steel, what you're going to see with U.S. Steel, it's taken out a consolidation. This has been in a consolidation for a long period of time, too. We bring this back. What you're going to see is that, you're going to see that we take this, I'm going to put this on a 10-year chart. You're going to see that U.S. Steel 2008 was 196 bucks. Bottom line crashes down to 19. Did a counter trend bounce in 2010 up to 70, and then bottom line just kept going lower into $6.66. Pretty intense, man. Now what you've done is this: is that you're coming into the swing point of 41. Bottom line, you're taking that baby out. We'll see what kind of juice we have, but it looks to me like a good U.S. Steel. It does have some juice in it. It looks like it's this. We're at 44. The thing looks like it wants to go to 54, so it'd be pretty intense. We go back to the market as we are right now into the S&Ps. You're going to see the S&Ps. The SPY right now is doing 106 million shares. You're at 274.04. It's going into the initial downdraft from the 5th. Hasn't made it to the top yet. The top of that is 275.85. It doesn't look to me like it's going to make it out there today. Small caps, we take a look at the small caps, the IWM. IWM got to a price point today of 154.29, 153.79. If the small caps close under 153.79, that would be a failure on price and volume. That was the downdraft of the 5th of February. You came barreling down with 52 million shares. Right now we get 19 million. NDX 100. NDX 100 also has a shot to have a failure on price and volume. NDX 100 right now is up 2 pennies. The number to keep your eye on the NDX 100 is right where we are. So NDX today, 3 Qs, got a high of 166.75. The benchmark is 165.75. And right now we are trading at 165.74. The volume is anemic. We've done 46 million. We'll end up doing 52 million, 53 million. You're going into 105 million. So the real question is going to be, does it hold price coming into this close? Gold contract. Let's go over to take a look at the gold contract. Gold contract right now down 580. We hit a high today of 1364. We had volume of 217,000 contracts, which isn't bad. Hasn't held price. We're going to need to build more cars to get up and over that level. The B point, that's what we're talking about. We go take a look at the GLD, which is the Street Tracks Trust. We put that up. We put that up on a weekly. This is a nice setup. Street Tracks Trust is coming up into the highs, 45 million. We've already done 42 million. That can do 45. Probably, I don't think we'll do 3 more coming into the close. But it's hanging up there. That's building cars to get up and over it. Now, let's go to the silver contract. Silver. What do we have at silver? Silver, this is actually pretty good. Silver is backing down. The SLV, it's down 21 cents. You're backing down with 6 million shares. You're going into how we went higher with 14 million. So that's good. We still need silver to catch a bid, that's for sure. In that context, though, not bad. Let's go take a look at some of the individual gold equities out here. We got an Eco Eagle. An Eco Eagle's down $2.05. You trading, now this is going to be intriguing because you do have some volume here. Now, it held price. An Eco Eagle got off its low of 41.56. That was last week. Goes topside with volume, 2.7 million. Now you're down with 2.7 million. You're holding price, though. You're not breaking your swing low, which is important. Bottom line is that until next week, we won't know actually which way an Eco Eagle wants to go. I can tell you from a technical standpoint right now, that's bullish. Because what you have is this. First, you break topside. You break the downtrend. You have the volume behind the move. Yesterday, you're still pushing with volume. Today, you come down, and it couldn't get to the swing low. That's the big number. So the swing low that we're talking about is $41.56. That didn't get to the last swing low, which was generated on December 7th, which was 40.70. Notes and bonds. First, let's go to the 10-year, the 20-year plus TLT. Still needs to get a bid. Hasn't caught a bid. This is down in 2 months from 128 down into the 118 level. The 10-year, same type of setup inside the 10-year. Been trying to make a bottom here for quite some time. Hasn't been able to do it yet. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now trading up 92. NASDAQ is up 2. S&Ps are up 6. We're coming right back. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 86. You get the Nasdaq down 2. S&Ps are up 5. Let's go over to London. We had a question. One of the Tigers wanted to look at this silver stock. It's Fresnello. It trades in London. What the question was is that is this a good silver bottom? So this is a monster stock, folks, okay? They provide mining, exploration, gold stocks, silver stocks, all of the gold mines, silver mines, all of the above. So this here, this is pretty cool because when we take a look at this, you'll see that it did come off the lows just last week at 12.13. I believe this is going to be 12.13 pence, too. Yeah. So if we bring this back, what you're going to see, what I wanted to show you on this, because this is almost like a little an eagle of what it actually did. So this has a high volume high at 2,056. So that's saying that's where it's going. They're trading 1,400 right now. What it did, bottom line, it came back to the strength, 1192 from where it broke topside in a big way in 2016. You got to 1213. You take off with volume, you take off with wide price spread. This is on its way to 1670. What I wanted to show you out of this is that when you come down, you can see that this equity actually did come down hard last week. You had an expansion of volume from where you were, yet it didn't break the swing, and it was still lighter than what you were going into. You were going into 11 million, and you did 7.8. So it's kind of like the same. Well, actually, if I bring up AEM again, I'll show you AEM on a longer term, or just on a weekly chart, and you'll see what you have here. Your AEM, when it had come down 2 weeks ago, was 8 million. That was going into 8.5 million as well as 12 million. Then the bottom line, what you've actually done this week is you're actually going to a higher high with volume. That's how that thing sets up on the weekly basis. We go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks out here, and this is going to be a big low-time volume market out here today, folks. AK Steel, that's the winner out here on volume. That's up 81 cents. As I said, the steel stocks took off intraday big time. You have General Electric up 25 cents. You get Micron Tech up $1. U.S. Steel up $6, 32 million shares. You get Applied Materials up $1.56. We get Facebook down $3. You have NVIDIA down 174. If we go inside the NDX 100, taking a look at the strength versus the weakness, strength out here today is AMAT, that's up 2.9%. Micron's up 2.9. Hasbro's up 2.2. Taken away from it, Heinz Kraft down 3%. You get the Biogen down 1.9%, and Activision off 1.9%. Inside the Dow Industrials, the strength versus the weakness out here. The strength inside the Dow today is United Health. That's putting 29 positive points. 3M's putting 19. Johnson & Johnson's putting 16. Taken away from it, Caterpillar. Caterpillar is doing negative 20. You got the Big Mac doing negative 15. United Technologies is doing 3.8. So that certainly is no big deal in United Technologies. Let's go over to the king, Amazon, and see what Amazon's doing. Amazon's laying right next to its highs. Bottom line, we're at $1,450. The high is $14.98. Now, Amazon, folks, does have a high volume high. So that baby wants to get tested. It's going to be intriguing watching how this shakes out. If I put this on a weekly, yeah, same setup. On a weekly, this wants to get tested also. Google's a weak dog out here. Google, bottom line, this looks like it's going to be a failure out here today. We got up to 1104. You're at 1095 right now. We go into Facebook. We take a look at Facebook. You put Facebook on a weekly, and Facebook. So the way Facebook is trading, that can't get the counter trend bounce going that the market has actually got going. You have that high volume, the low that's laying out there at 167. And that 167, by the way, that brings Facebook all the way back to the price point of July of 2017. So Facebook really has been going sideways since that point. Now, the deal with Facebook is going to be really important. This is why. Because the top of Facebook, where it had volume, is 175. And that's what's giving it support right now. You go to the bottom of that, which is 163, that can be a little problem in paradise. Let's go to Shake Shack. One of the targets wanted to look at Shake Shack. Shake Shack is down 286. This has a low of 30, a high of 47. And this has some volume. It's rejected price. Oh, look at this, though. It's going right into its support. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is pretty cool. You're down 284 on Shake Shack. This is an equity that in 2015 traded at $96, crashed down to $30. Been building cause since then. And if you're looking to buy it, I'd wait until like 37. It's not in bad shape, though. I can tell you that even if you own it. The volume is a monster this week. There's no two ways about it. The $37.16 is where it broke topside from. So it'd have to break down under that in order to basically destroy the consolidation that it's in. And the consolidation that it is in looks like that 46 would still be game. If we take a look, I think they came out with their numbers last night. And what they were doing, so they come out with their numbers last night, and they were actually trading higher last night when they did come out with their numbers. So the Bulls and Bears, they're fighting big time on Shake Shack out here right now. XAU and the HUI. Let's go take a look at the XAU and the HUI. XAU is trading right now at a price point of 83.06. We bring this back. Still the consolidation's in place. That's how this is laid out. Bottom line, it's been a long consolidation. Gold Bugs Index looks like it's the same. It's going to be the same type of setup. HUI. We're at 184. Same type of setup. You got off the low last week. You're making your way back to the top of the consolidation. I do expect you're going to see the top of the consolidation. We're at 184, 220 is the top of the consolidation. As you come over to our website, folks, you remember it's a 3-day weekend out here. As you come over to TFNN, check out right in the front page, folks. We have the Tigers Den open house. And what the Tigers Den is, folks, we got a state-of-the-art trading room. We got a lot of Tigers and Tigresses in there. A lot of great ideas. It's free. Free for the month. Come on over and check it out. Tell your friends about it. Come out and growl and prowl for a full month. See what you think about it. It's an active trading room, approximately, let's say, a good 10 to 12 hours a day. You know, on the heavy nights that the market is getting toasted, yeah, there's folks in there basically looking at Europe, looking at Asia, getting ready, either trading that or getting ready for the U.S. markets. But bottom line, a lot of great ideas, real easy to get into. Just go to TFNN.com. You're going to see it right at the very top of the carousel. Check it out. As you're over there, if you'd like to check out the gold report, you can go to newsletters. You go to investments newsletters. If you want to get the gold report 30 days, money back guarantee, you can also do that. Because bottom line is that these commodities, folks, bottom line, my take is that we get a commodity bull happening, and we haven't had a commodity bull happening in a long period of time. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials right now up 118. NASDAQ is up 5. S&Ps are up 8. We'll come right back, folks.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18th, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earned me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now trading up 108. NASDAQ is up 3. S&Ps are up 6.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White, as we do each and every Friday at 3:30 for our tech update. Don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Dave's got a great show. You can check it out at TFNN. You go to YouTube, just pull up TFNN Corp. You'll get all the programming right there. And if you go to YouTube and do it, folks, you can just hit subscribe. That doesn't mean you're not paying a thing. It just means once you hit that button, it's right on your phone. Get it all the time. As you come over to TFNN, Dave also has 2 newsletters. You can test drive each one of them, 30-day money-back guarantee. He has the daily, which is the path of least resistance. To get that, you go to newsletters. You go to trading newsletters. If you'd like the investment newsletter, the Tech Insider, you go to investment newsletters, hit the Tech Insider. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, I'm just glad this 3-day weekend. I can't remember when I've been this tired trading in a long time, the last 10, 15 days. Just seem to have done it. So I'm ready for my 3-day weekend.
And this is like one of our last ones. In this business, folks, they're all piled up at the beginning of the year, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. So, it's going to be beautiful, man. So SpaceX Internet, huh?
It is. Now, we talked a little bit about this before. Their plan is to launch 4,400 satellites. We know a little bit more about this now. The Federal Communications Commissioners called for the agency to approve the application from SpaceX to beam high-speed internet to Earth from low-orbit satellites. Now, what they're going to do, and we've got a question in the den already from John about how this differs from other satellite-based internet systems. This one is going to be 1 gigabit speeds. So it's going to be kind of about as fast as you can get to your house right now with something like Fios or the rest.
Okay.
And the other thing is most of the other ones, let's say DirecTV is in high Earth orbit. That means it's sitting 25,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. Anytime you want to use the internet, it's always bouncing signals back and forth to the server. And of course, if the server's 1,000 miles away, it goes 1,000 miles away on the surface.
So Musk is going to compete with like all the internet providers, huh? And the cable companies?
He actually can. My guess is this, at least what we know now, is this is going to be a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
So this is going to be marketed to people that probably do use DirecTV internet already. People in the rural communities, people in Antarctica, people like me and you.
And I guess, you know, I get it too. It's the world. I'm thinking the United States because there's plenty of places that isn't wired, right? Okay,
These are going to be all in low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
So instead of going up 25,000 miles and going down 25,000 miles for a 50,000 mile round trip, these are going to be about 180 miles up and back. So you only have 360 miles at the speed of light instead of 50,000 miles. There's also going to be a lot more of these things. They're going to be going over your head all the time, like GPS satellites.
Okay.
Anybody that's used GPS before always see, you know, you got 5 satellites, you got 10 satellites, that kind of stuff. So you know how good. But what it will probably, well, at least from what we know now, it will allow me fairly inexpensively to have almost real-time communications with the stock market, which would be a big deal for me. Instead of something like Inmarsat or this DirecTV service, which are now used for boats. Or if you're in the middle of the country and driving across country, a lot of other places where you wouldn't actually get high-speed internet, there would literally be nowhere on the planet that you couldn't get a decent connection. And if you were lost, as long as your phone worked, you could connect to it and, you know, send a message. Hey, I'm stuck here.
You know what's interesting about that? I wonder if that's going to get hooked up with his Teslas too. Meaning, even because you know what just happened is that it looks like Google. It just says Waymo just got the first approval to actually drive people around with no one in their cars. This is going to be in Arizona. That's where they've been tested, but this is going to be intense, man. It's like,
well, actually, one of the other things that SpaceX did last week that didn't get a lot of press because of the other stuff going on was that they launched a very highly accurate clock. These things are called nuclear clocks.
okay.
And as clocks have gotten better, we've been able to go from about 25 to 50 yards accurate on a GPS to about 10 yards. The idea would be that these new nuclear clocks in orbit would make GPS so accurate that we would get down to inches.
And that's really great when you're on a boat in the ocean, folks.
Well, not only that, but cars too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Right.
So
right.
when you're talking about the two-way communication about where people are driving and what they're doing, the
Yes.
feedback would go back to the computers and say, okay, someone drove this way, so there's probably going to be a road there, and they drove this fast. So that data gets collected over and over, and where the roads actually are. And when you deviate it, maybe there's a detour there. So the data can start really coming back in real time, even if you're halfway between two big cities.
Sure.
So I see your point in that. My point is two things. One, they're going to have the ability to be literally anywhere and have gigabit speed internets that aren't much slower than your house, instead of the ones from DirecTV, which have about a half a second or 1 second lag, which, you know, you can't really play games on them. You can't do that kind of stuff. And if you're streaming stuff, it's kind of good, but they really cut down on how much data you can use. This one's going to be more of an issue of how much you can afford.
And how long will it take them to do that, do you think? Not long, huh?
They're saying they should have the first 1,000 satellites up in about 2 years.
Okay, all right.
Remember we were talking about all the little tiny satellites last week?
Yes.
These are going to be a lot of tiny satellites, so when they fail, it's not going to be a big deal. There's going to be one right behind it.
Okay.
And they'll just launch a bunch more. In fact, they can put a bunch of those into orbit fairly quickly, but they'll use smaller launch vehicles and put more of them at different times. But they're all kind of designed to, when they fail, just go ahead and give a little blast from the thruster and come back into Earth orbit. So we're probably going to see a great deal more shooting stars at night.
Yeah.
And reported UFOs.
Totally.
But this looks like they could have the satellites ready to go in 2 years. They've got the FCC commissioner basically behind it. I don't see a lot of people blocking this, except one or two people that say that may interfere with their satellites already. But that seems to be the overall goodness of someone out in the middle of the ocean or a plane that crashed being able to contact and get internet service for a second, saying, here I am. Probably more important than maybe some temporary disturbances to people with satellites already.
Yes. Well, you know, it's interesting, too. I saw yesterday a Bitcoin miner, folks, okay, was set up somewhere in Long Island, and they finally got him. The FCC went out there and gave him, you know, whatever they give them to shut him down. Well, it was interfering with the T-Mobile, all the signals.
Well, they arrested a bunch of nuclear scientists in Russia because they'd stolen the time on the big computer for working on nuclear weapons to mine Bitcoins.
There you go. Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 88. NASDAQ is down 4. S&Ps are up 4. You have gold down 410. King Dollar's up 520. We'll come right back, folks.
It's a special month at TFNN, and with market volatility back, we've decided to hold an open house in our Tiger's Den. For this month only, you can get a full 30 days of Tiger's Den membership without paying anything. The Tiger's Den is our interactive chat room where you can chat with other tigers and tigresses along with the TFNN hosts during each of their programs. For all of the details and to start your 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den today, visit the front page of TFNN.com before this deal is gone.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 63. You get the Nasdaq down 7. S&Ps are up 2. We're talking about our man, Mr. Dave White. We are talking technology, and now we're going to talk Microsoft. Yeah, this totally makes sense. So Microsoft, the software king of the world, Microsoft has been talking about plans to use blockchain distributed ledger technology to store and manage digital identities securely. Talk to me, Dave.
Well, you've got to have somebody that's the broker, right, that makes sure these things are all taken care of and secured. But it makes a lot of sense, especially since we all log into our computers every day. But there's going to be, there's somebody that actually keeps the owners of each website and their information and who owns it.
Right.
Now, that can kind of be hacked a little bit. And that's kind of the same problem is how do we know who owns what and why a lot of people are trying to make money in Bitcoins and Bitcoin mining, like the Russian, all the heads of the Russian nuclear society that decided to use their billion-dollar computer to mine Bitcoins instead of work on nuclear stuff. You've got to have some way of doing it. Microsoft thinks that they're going to be the digital ID company to go to.
I can see that work. I can see that work out because people trust it. You know what I mean?
Well,
like...
I think it's in the United States you can. The question is whether, at least my question is whether or not this is going to be something that's done on a country-by-country basis. But I think, a huge business just in the United States, much less elsewhere. But literally every piece of software, your bank accounts could all have a digital ID backed by Microsoft. They would take care of it, and it would be a distributed ledger, but a distributed ledger just between Microsoft and everybody and you, really.
So let's walk through this. So the way that blockchain technology actually works, my understanding anyway, is that it's not on one computer. It's everywhere, right? So
that doesn't have to be.
Okay, it doesn't have to be, but right.
It can be.
It can be. Okay. So
right. What they're probably going to do is do the same thing, which is, if you've been on anything else, it'll say, do you want to log on to the site using your Facebook account or your Google account?
Okay.
That's kind of more the model, at least, that they're talking about now, which is you can log on, but you're going to use Microsoft's back end to let you know that it's really you.
Yeah.
And then they're going to say to the other companies, and this is where they're going to get their money, they're going to charge the other companies out there to go, okay, yes, this is truly Dave White. This is truly somebody else. And it's probably not going to be as distributed as you would think, because really all they want is a distributed between you and them.
It's a gatekeeper,
between you and everybody else.
It's a large gatekeeper. And because of the so many security threats, people are ready for it probably, right?
Right, but it would be more a model like Visa, where they're going to have a little toll.
Yeah, no, I'm
right?
with you.
And
I got
get a
it.
little
Yeah,
taste.
right.
Anyway, it would be encrypted in a digital hub. Quantum computers could theoretically kind of break this stuff, but it would be rather difficult and would leave a trace. And that's kind of one of the bigger reasons to have blockchain technology is if you change something, it's going to leave a footprint. You can't really make a change without leaving a fingerprint on the change, and that fingerprint would instantly show up to the people and let them know that someone's fooling around with their personality. So it kind of has two good things going for it. One, it's very tough to break. If you were a state actor, you could break it, but at the same time, you couldn't break it without leaving some evidence. And any kind of change, probably you're going to get an email to the people that actually own that identity.
Pretty wild, man.
So they could be, Microsoft could be the kind of money, or could bring in the kind of money that Visa and Microsoft do if they're talking about okaying transactions like Bitcoin or even Visa and MasterCard in the near future.
It's going to be a trip, man.
It would be.
Okay, let's see. What's this?
Well, of course, we've had huge amounts of warnings from the Congress, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA over the last couple of weeks about whether or not you should even touch Chinese digital products from either China or Russia or others. From Russia, it's the software. From China, it's the hardware. ZTE, Huawei, and Xi were all named over hearings in the last couple of weeks where it just wasn't kind of targeted. It was literally every phone, every router, every device that these guys had some kind of a rather obnoxious ability to transfer all the data that it saw back to China or Russia. Of course, Russia's kind of famous for it. The Kaspersky lawsuit.
They advertise a huge amount too, Kaspersky Labs, right?
They did, but the problem is they've already admitted that the data is going back to their labs.
And they still advertise. People still buy it, which is insane.
Well,
right.
Personally, you can. Best Buy, all the other major chains, Newegg, all the other big PC guys have quit marketing it. I think maybe you can buy it directly or something, but you certainly can't use it at all in the government or in military applications or anywhere else. Most law firms, everybody else that used it pretty much have binned it. So the question is, is this going to be a bigger tit for tat where they won't use our stuff? In fact, the World Trade Organization is going to hear about whether or not, like China, if you go over there, you've got to give at least some of your intellectual property to a local company over there for a condition of doing business. So all these things go in.
And that's where all those Cisco routers come into play too, right?
Right, where the Cisco routers are made here in the United States, where no one can get their hands on them. So basically the Amazon Web Services, Google Web Services, Azure for Microsoft, Google's Web Services also have all decided that they're going to just go ahead and stick with these because it's too much of a problem buying these devices, even though they may be half as cheap from China, at least in the hardware and software for them. But I heard you talking about steel and a lot of those.
It took off like a rocket ship.
Yeah, how much of this ends up in some kind of trade war in the near future? And that's probably the bigger thing that's going to come out of this. I wouldn't buy their products to begin with, but the question is, does this get into a big brouhaha and blow up at least part of the technology marketplace in the near future? What was your take on the steel stuff today? I know they said that was basically an issue of national security. We need to be able to make a certain amount of steel.
Well,
here locally.
The bottom line is that that's been going on. I remember the first steel strike with U.S. Steel. It was like 1964, and that was a big freaking deal. I don't think a lot's going to change myself, but this one here today actually had to do with aluminum But what's going on is that what the metal stocks are thinking, that this is just the beginning. This will be a trade war. That's
right. That's what I'm saying. And this kind of falls into that.
If it's a trade war, folks, get ready for. We're going to be paying up the nose for a lot. That's what that comes down to. You stay right there. Dave and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 102. Nasdaq is up 2. S&Ps are up 7. We're coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 79, Nasdaq's down 3, S&Ps are up 4. Don't forget, folks, open house, the Tigers Den. Come on over, growl and proud with all the Tigers. Front page of TFNN. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White, and we are talking now ATM jackpotting. Look at this thing. Holy cow. Big money.
In Europe, and it really hasn't been in the United States, but we are now seeing these folks being able to literally go up to an ATM and just have it dump out 20 grand that it has in its box.
So is it some kind of a software program they could put in there, evidently? Must be, right?
Well, they've been able to get into the networks and alter the software for the ATMs.
Wow.
Why it's been easier in Europe to do this, it's been harder to actually use pirated credit cards over there.
Okay.
Over here, it's been easier to use the credit cards to get cash than actually going directly after an ATM. Just getting other people's ATM numbers and printing your own credit cards and having people take out $300 at a time. Has been the way that they've done it over here, but they've at least gotten to the point now of sophistication that they can directly attack ATM machines. And I guess for a bank, I'm not exactly sure how who pays for this, if they've got insurance or if they just have to take it.
You know, it's amazing. If we ever probably knew how much digital theft is actually happening. You know, we hear about it in the Bitcoin market, but I wonder, you know, in the banking market, you know, how much is there happening?
Yeah, they tend not to talk much about anything like that. It's kind of like Las Vegas. They had 3 or 4 big casino heists in the 90s, and you didn't hear a word outside of Las Vegas on it. They're pretty good at keeping it quiet because they don't want to basically encourage more people.
Totally makes sense. Listen, folks, you can come right over to our website. You can test drive any of Dave's newsletters. 30 days, absolutely free. Thanks, Dave. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Look forward to speaking now, right back here. Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock. Look at them, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionics, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.